The sky above Incheon Airport was gray when Jungkook arrived that morning. The camera's glare awaits, but the pace remains fast, almost expressionless. No cheering, no fan shouting. Only the hum of aircraft engines and an empty gaze are difficult to hide. At the same time, in the tall glass building in Yongsan, HYBE headquarters was filled with an equally cold tension. Two different places, two similar atmospheres, as if a mirror between an exhausted young artist and a giant company struggling to maintain an image. A few days earlier, Korean media reported that Jungkook's HYBE investment and stock accounts had been hacked by an international network. Losses totaled billions of won. HYBE immediately issued an official statement confirming that digital security will be tightened. But behind those formal words lies a deeper worry. The public trust that has been the company's breath has begun to falter. In the midst of that situation, the name Taehyung, Vbts, is sticking out again. He is not directly involved in the case, but his every move is always a mirror for Jungkook. As V attended the overseas shooting schedule, many fans noticed how he seemed more reserved than usual. Behind the glamorous glare of the camera, there was a tired shadow in her eyes, as if she was carrying the same burden. The relationship between the two BTS members has always been described as warm by fans. Since his trainee days, Jungkook often refers to Taehyung as Hyung, which gives him a sense of security. As the world gazes at them as global idols, behind their scenes are just two young people learning to survive the harsh system of the entertainment industry. Therefore, when the news of Jungkook's account hacking surfaced, many ARMY members were sure that Taehyung must be one of the first people to ask about his sister's news. While HYBE sought to appease the public with positive financial reports and overseas expansion, Korean media highlighted the other side. Two searches at HYBE's headquarters in 1 week related to alleged financial misconduct. The magnificent building that used to be a symbol of innovation now feels gripping. Employees came in and out with tense faces, and fans could only wonder what was really going on behind that glass wall. For Jungkook, such pressure is nothing new. Since her debut, her life has always been under the microscope, but this time it was different. The attack on his personal assets is not just about money. It touches his self-esteem, his sense of security, even the trust of those around him. Many consider this moment to be the biggest test of his solo career. He is still trying to write songs, rehearse, smile in front of the camera, while the storm behind him has not completely subsided. On the one hand, Taehyung was facing his own struggles. After the success of various individual projects, she became known not only as a singer, but also a symbol of style and art. But that success is often mistaken for distance from his group. In his last interview, he had said quietly, "We are still one heart, although our steps are sometimes separated." The sentence then went viral, perceived as an implied message for Jungkook. In the afternoon in Incheon, when Jungkook finally returned to Korea after an overseas schedule, the airport suddenly fell silent for a moment. No press conferences, no excessive escorts. Just the glare of the neon lights bouncing on the black suitcase he pulled slowly. A HYBE staff walked behind him, holding a cell phone that kept ringing. A few meters ahead, a fan accidentally played the song, "Still With You." Jungkook turned his head briefly, his lips tightened, then he smiled a small smile that thrilled the entire social media that night. At HYBE headquarters, an emergency meeting lasted until late. Management must answer investor and media questions about the internal security, reputation, and future of their artists. Among all the big names mentioned, the two names that appear most often are Jungkook and Taehyung. They are the faces that brought HYBE's light to the rest of the world, but also two human figures who are learning to reorganize beliefs in the system that raised them. A few days later, a photo went viral. Jungkook and Taehyung were seen together at a small cafe near the Han River. There are no professional cameras, only blurry portraits that fans take from afar. In the photo, Jungkook appears to be laughing, while Taehyung looks at him with a gentle smile. For many, it wasn't just a meeting of two co-workers, it was a symbol of brotherhood that remained intact despite the storms that kept coming. Slowly, public opinion changed. From anger and suspicion towards HYBE, to empathy for the artists trapped in it. Many realize that behind every business strategy and financial statement, there is a human life that must remain afloat. Jungkook began to be active again on social media, uploading snippets of vocal exercises and short clips of new songs. In the comments, Taehyung wrote briefly, "Proud of you, Kookie." For fans who followed their journey from the very beginning, a simple sentence is like a warm hug in the middle of winter. Two figures who once walked hand in hand in adolescence are now finding ways to reinforce each other again, even without having to talk much. And out there, thousands of ARMYs smiled along, not because of gossip or scandal, but because they saw the most human side of their idol. A night fell in Seoul. HYBE's headquarters slowly regained its composure. The lights upstairs were still on, signaling an unfinished meeting. But outside that building, life goes on. Incheon is again filled with the sounds of departure, and among the passing passengers, there may be two figures who once shook the world, this time walking without a camera, carrying only one thing that no one can hack: brotherhood. Seoul's skies begin to turn orange as afternoon shadows bounce off the windows of HYBE's headquarters. In IT, executives are still busy crafting strategies and public statements. But beyond that glass wall, the world is waiting for something more than just clarification. Many speculate that this storm is just the beginning of a new chapter in the K-pop industry, where artists are beginning to demand more freedom, honesty, and control over their own lives. If that's the case, then Jungkook and Taehyung's move could signal a big change, not just for HYBE, but for the entire Korean entertainment world. Some industry analysts believe that the coming year will be a defining moment. It is possible that HYBE will undertake a major restructuring after a series of public pressure and criticism. On the other hand, rumors about a collaboration project between Jungkook and Taehyung are growing stronger, believed to be a symbol of recovery and revival of brotherly relations that were once covered by the fog of conflict. If that's true, the world may yet again see two names who once grew up together on the same stage, this time not just as idols, but as two human beings who choose to stand back together after the toughest storm of their lives.